connecting now.
Okay. All right, I'll turn the stream on here. We can see once you get connected. We'll at least have some fun for a while. And there's some stuff you can accomplish without, it may not hit anybody, but there's some things
All right.
that can take place.
Yes, I can select Lorne.
Okay, so go ahead and select him, and you can run him a little bit. And I know it's a Claire. He's a little bit. He's actually who y'all need right now over at the campfire, but. Okay, so while you two have got that, we'll close that map, and we will. So we'll pull on into. Um, so here's what's going on. You guys are in the wagon. The two of you have definitely left the other two there as they went off storming into the forest to track the goblin that ran away. And let's see where we go. See, so Merrivac and Lorne on the wagons, and they pull, which basically is you're moving along, and you all of a sudden crest an area, and you see the outskirts. You find yourself on the outskirts of Vandalin, and what you're seeing, you come in, seeing a good bit of town. You see people. You kind of get a glimpse as you're, surveying it as you're just kind of moseying along, licking your wounds a little bit from the ambush, and people, it's a typical farming community, but it's also a mining town, because all through the Sword Coast area, I need to share this map with you all. It's hits on some hard times, but the supplies that are in the wagon are, to kind of stock um, the provisions house, Barthen's Provisions, and based on your instructions, that Barthen's Provisions is here. Let me quit. I'll show you where you need to go, and it's kind of really the first big.
And we're arriving from the north.
You're coming in from the north, from down. You'd exit the Tribor Trail, and it kind of gone south, and you came over the crest line. You're seeing that people walking about, doing their farming, cleaning, kids running about. You can hear them, playing, laughing. You see, miners coming in and out. They've come from the mountains that are all to the east of Phandalin, and you just, you kind of mosey, and it's, doesn't look, it looks peaceful, and so you kind of pull in, and you start pulling up to the provisions house, and the noise and all that. A gentleman steps out, the name of Elmar, and he is looking at the two of you, and he sees the wagon, and he hails for you, and he kind of helps you pull over to the first little. There's two sections of the provisions house. The first area seems to be the livery and kind of where they, the stock area. And he goes, "Well met, strangers. My name is Elmar. Welcome to my provisions house. I recognize this wagon, and looking at the supplies. Who might you two be?"
Hey, Omar. My name's Merrivac. Nice to make your acquaintance. We actually had a whole adventure on the way in. I'd love to share with you, but we were attacked. We split up. We wanted to get you your supplies. I don't know. Have you met Prater? Prater sent us. We're having a blast today.
Praetor. I don't know of a Praetor, but I was expecting Sildar and the Rock Brothers. I apologize, I forgot their names. I knew I was going to do that. And where is it? The I was expecting Sildar to escort these provisions in. The Rockseeker brothers. Gundren was supposed to be with them. Where are they?
Yeah, most likely dead, but We don't know for sure.
Dead? How do you know that?
I
What makes you
look
think
over
that
at
they're
Lauren,
dead?
and I'm not. I mean, most likely dead. We found a couple of dead horses
Uh-oh.
just north of here. We were set upon. We dispatched them easy. Don't worry about that. It was an amazing fight. I did a couple of spells. None of them worked though. I was really surprised by that. And then half the party they hid under the well, practically under the horses to avoid the arrows that were just whizzing over their heads constantly. It was
Oh,
and it was such fun.
fun? Doesn't sound like fun to me. Well, that sounds like danger. Well, we need Sildar here. He was to help us with the town. We need these provisions for the miners and to sell. And I'm glad we have them, but there's been some hard times here between goblins running around hurting people coming in. We've got orcs raiding from the north. We've got these damn red brands in town, these damn hooligans that are just taking over and just oppressing some people here, and we're just really mean if you don't look at them right. I can't stand them. And Sildar was going to help take care of them and run them out of town. And if he's not here, I don't know what we're gonna do. Oh my, this is not good. We really need Sildar, and I really hope. And Gundren was supposed to be here too with his brothers. His brothers will be looking for them there, and whatever escapades they're off into. Oh boy, oh boy. So he kind of shakes his hands and his head there, and he looks a little worried. And he calls out for Anders and Thistle. Boys, come here. And you see two little young clerks kind of run out of the delivery area, and he motions for the two of them, to head over to the wagons there and unload the supplies that you have. And he goes, "Oh man, well, I'm hoping that they aren't if they aren't injured and they're just they've run into something else or they've been pulled aside and will show up later on. Really need them here. But if you two want to loosen the load a little bit there, you can head on um, down to the Stonehill Inn, and that's the last building down here on this side of the street before you hit the main town, the main center area. Head on in there and say hello to Toblin, and he can set you up with some refreshments and stiff drink if needed. We'll take care of this here, and I appreciate you getting these into town. Man, this is very troublesome, very troublesome. But if hopefully I see Sildar, I'll let him know that you guys are down there at the inn, and we can settle up. So,
Yeah. If you find him, definitely let him know that he
so
left some dead
yeah,
horses up there.
he reaches into his little pockets and all that, and he gives you both 10 gold pieces apiece. So for basically that was his understanding of getting the supplies to him, that's what it was going to be worth. And so, shakes his hand. So he, like I said, he points you down to the Stonehill Inn, which, like I said, is this building right here. And you guys can head that way if you'd like.
We'd also, Lord would like to mention to him that two of our members were following the goblins to see what exactly they were dragging with them.
Dragging. Oh, this is you just bad omens, bad omens. What are your friends' names? If they come in, I'll let them know where to find you.
Hey,
Well, yeah. I mean,
D'Artagnan
yeah,
and
we've just
Dragul.
met.
Durgal, and Bartanian. Yeah, that's correct.
Bartanian,
Yeah,
yes.
Bartanian. Okay, well, I will be on the
Yeah,
lookout for
Bartanian,
them.
he's the ugly one.
Yeah,
Okay.
squatty little half elf. You'll know him when you see him.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. Well, gentlemen, bid adieu. I appreciate the delivery. Head on down the inn, and I'll keep a lookout if anybody else comes into town. I'll let them know
Thank
where
you.
y'all are at. Good day to you. So you see him help grab some stuff out of the wagon, just the provisions, and start walking it in. So you
He is
guys
such a nice guy.
can. What y'all want to head? Where do y'all want to do?
Well, Lauren, I feel, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. but I feel like we were supposed to just drop these off and head back. But there's the inn there, and he said we could get ale, we could get some food. I'm not in a hurry to get back.
Well, if nothing else, we should probably visit the inn. If for nothing else, maybe a little more information on these goblin attacks.
I like where your mind's at. Is there drinking involved with that?
I'm sure there will be, yes.
Onward hope.
Okay, so there you go. You got you head on south a little bit more there, southwest, and you come into the front of the inn, and you can hear and just on standing at the doorway there, you can see that there's plenty of locals coming in and out. If you look your way, you see a man and a woman. They're definitely look to be the purveyors of this establishment. Cleaning. They've got a couple of barmaids. Running the gauntlet, and they human male running it. He's cleaning. He kind of looks up and he kind of just waves you in. Doing his wave up in his hand, and he motions you to. There's a couple of tables off to one side that you just you know looks like you can freely sit at.
So we sit down at one of these tables and perhaps ask the man for a drink and possibly some information if he's willing.
Well, he finally comes around and he basically has a couple of. He assumes that you might want some ale, so he has two fresh tankards and he brings them up and he slides them down and he goes, "Well met, strangers. I'm
Are
Tobin
these cups clean?
Stonehill. They are very clean. I run a wonderful establishment. It didn't take me long when I got here to try to stake my claim in mining that I was better off running an inn. And
Nice.
this town has, done me and my wife and family well over the years, up until those red brands came in and really started messing with everybody. But we try to keep our nose to the grindstone around here and just serve up our food and our service and just keep to our own and just let them. Hopefully, they just stay on the east side of town and leave us alone. They can stay over there at the Sleeping Giant all they want. I have nothing to do with that place, a vile place. But well met, gentlemen. Um, what brings you to our lovely little town of Fandolin these days?
Hmm. We were sent here to drop off a few provisions at the local provision shop up to the north there. And the man mentioned that you might be having some troubles. Can you tell us a little more about these brigands?
It's those damn red brands. They moved into town a while back and have just been, running people amok here. They threaten everybody. Um, I, it's just I don't want to talk too much about them because I don't need them to mess with my wife and my children. But they, you can't miss them if you go east down the road here in that soppy place called the Sleeping Giant. That feisty dwarf. Grista runs it, and she's just I just don't care for that woman. If that's what you want to call her. But yeah, the red brands they're just up to no good. I wish I knew more about what they're doing, but they came in here and I wouldn't even believe that they were taking over the manor up on north of the hill. They um, I've seen them come walking down that road a many a times, but I didn't think anybody was there anymore. And um, let me see, I was pulling up the rest of the. So he talks about that, and his his wife comes walking over, and she just basically uh, she goes, well, he hasn't listened to me, but we have the wood carver Thel. He got in up in ornery with the Red Brands about 10 days back, and they killed him in front of everybody in front of the inn, and now his son and daughter and wife are missing, and I wouldn't doubt it if the Red Brands had him up in that manor somewhere, but nobody goes over there because we're not strong enough, and the town master, he's no good. He won't pick up any Harbin. He's a waste of a humanoid, and all he concerned about is getting the orcs gone. But when we've got these red brands here in the town messing with these good people, and so she had, mentioned this stuff, and um, kind of talks about that a little bit more, and you can definitely see that she's very worried about it. They both are, about this ruffian group that's kind of moved in, and so they both kind of they hug each other, and you you know they bring you some food, bring you a little ale, and you kind of hear, as you're listening around, that you hear a few more people um, kind of sitting in the common room there. There's an older farmer who's kind of sitting off to one side, and he says something um, that you kind of overdrop there. And the barmaid, she's slapping somebody around, and she, here's the wife motions for her to serve the adventurers that just walked in, and you kind of hear her murmur, the adventurers, hell, they anybody like, Doran, the old orchid keeper. He's always claimed he's an adventurer, but he doesn't look the part. And some miners are sitting around, and they, are drinking their stuff, and wishing that the town master would do something about the orcs that have been keep raiding the area, because these miners, are trying to stake their living. And let's see, that's really what you kind of hear so far.
This
Yeah.
seems like a really carefree village.
So you have some of the gossip, at least from what you found out so far, just by just simply sitting in the inn for a good part of a couple hours, because it's been about that. It took you about a good hour to get into town and get that stuff all situated with the provisions house, and then you've already put down a quaff of so far beer, and you've had some good food, some fruits, cheeses, kind of a little cheese tray type setup, a little broth soup. You can't complain. No carefrees to the world.
I'm ready for a nap.
Well, and Toblin sees that, and he has rooms. He's more than welcome to rent you out a room for a silver piece, you know, um, if need be. Um, but they get about their business, and pay you no more mind.
Wow,
Yep. So,
this is a lot
basically,
to take in,
yeah,
Lauren.
you got a lot of stuff going on there. So, you put one to one together. You've got red brands that you definitely know that they're in this tap house called the Sleeping Giant. That's somewhere down the East Road, headed toward the manor, and they're full of trouble. And from so far, you've got what you can find out, the orcs are raiding from the north.
Orcs,
Yep, you've got
former adventurer hanging out,
uh-huh, thieves,
Sister
Goblins in the
Grail.
goblins. You just walked into a good old hornet's nest. Praetor sent you straight on in.
All right.
So,
Well,
Well, I mean, these red barons, they sound fascinating.
red brands.
Red brands,
Not red barons. That's
red brands.
exactly.
They sound even more fascinating than the red barons.
indeed, indeed.
Do you think they really killed those people? You think they really killed that guy? Is that story true?
Well, there's a couple ways to find out, but I think that maybe we should get a little rest for now, and maybe pick up and ask around town when we're done. Once we're rested up a little, so we can do a little more exploring.
Yeah, I like the sound of exploring. Just a short rest?
Yeah, you can do a short rest, and I'd give that to you. So if you want to go ahead and You can on both the character sheets. You can roll um, if you need it. What is? Let me see. Combat
What time of
track.
day is it?
I'd say mid-afternoon.
Mid-afternoon.
Getting close to dusk. So yeah, both of you got a few wounds. You can just take your hit die and roll that, and you can get back those hit points. Um,
Oh gosh.
okay.
Oh,
Well,
I got him back.
you got them all back. You
Hey!
did well. See, now you're full and healthy after a nice short rest.
Nice.
Some nice grub and stout ale in your bellies, and you feel quite refreshed. You two, and you pay nothing, no mind. What would you like to do?
Now I don't know about Lauren, but I would be interested in seeing this shrine, the Shrine of Luck, and go see Sister Grail. I heard she left, came back wounded and exhausted, and
I'm
I could
okay
use a
with
little
that.
luck.
Well,
Let's go seek her out.
okay. Well, you know that she is the Shrine of Luck. Oh, well, I hate this one. The mouse acts up. Would excuse me. I'm forgetting how to. Okay, so that's basically um, right outside the door.
Oh, that's convenient.
Oh, well, nice.
Yep, there's a little shrine right there, and you can head that way if you'd like.
Yeah, let's head over there.
Yeah, let's stroll over to the shrine.
So you walk out and you look over there and you see a small little shrine made of stones. Something it was some type of building before, but it's just kind of really out there in the open. And both of you give me a history check, please.
You got it. History. Oh, this is gonna be good.
You know that there is such a thing hit home.
Oh,
Well, you're not quite sure. You see some symbols and all that, but you're just not quite sure what the shrine is for. Um,
do you recognize that, Lauren?
I do not. I bet you that half elf that we were traveling with would know something.
Well, I have um,
so
I have a level 1 spell, comprehend languages. Do you think do
that
we,
won't do you
Lauren?
any good.
That won't do me any good.
I mean, you can cast it, but what are you trying to comprehend?
Whatever these. Oh, because I
We
did.
don't even know what language
Yeah,
they
I
are.
don't.
It's
Yeah,
not language. Yeah, you would. I was trying to see if you would know what the symbols were for which god or goddess it was. Who they were. To give you a background on it. But you can. You basically, looking at her, and she kind of comes from walking around the corner, and she's kind of limping a little. She looks a little beat up. Not the typical, sister. She's, she could hold her own. You definitely could tell that, but she took a wallop on something, um, and she stands. You see her kind of brush off her smock and all that, and she looks looks you both up and down, and she's well met. Welcome to the shrine. My name is Sister Grail Garail. I may not tell you. I'm not sure how they say it. Garail. However they
Grail.
say it, Garail. And she goes, this is our shrine to Ternora. And are you looking for good fortune today?
We're always looking for good fortune.
Yeah, looks like you could use some yourself.
I sometimes take on too much from my superiors, but um, all for good purpose. If they would deem it necessary, then I am here to oblige. And she kind of looks you up and two down. She goes, welcome to the shrine in our town of Fandolin. Both of you look like you're in good health, good spirits. Did you just come out, did you just come fill yourself up at the inn there?
Indeed, we did.
Absolutely. Hmm.
Good people, them. Good people. Hopefully they don't get run off by the red brands. Uh, you know, like some of the other our good woodcutter, woodmaster. Unfortunately, uh, something needs to be done about that. But I, fortunately, don't have the time right now, or the inkling. I don't have enough, you know, manpower or extra people to help out here with my own quests, things that I need to worry about. Give me some. Let's see, what do I want to give? So maybe, give me some persuasion checks.
Persuasion. Oh, I got this in the bag. Look out, world. Oh,
Well, she kind of looks up and down you a little bit, and she says, with everything else going on here, I'm sent off to deal with a banshee named Agatha, talk to her about some of the stuff that's in her lair, and I need to get close to her, but I ran into the orcs, and if I could get chat with her, uh, you know, I really need to talk to her. Uh, I've got some gifts that I can give her because she's got a spell book, location of spell book that I need to have access to from my superiors. Might I entice you two gentlemen to lay parley with her and see if we can, flatter her vanity to trade this lovely silver jeweled comb for location of this spell book that I need to get a hold of.
is there anything I could roll to see if I have any prior knowledge of banshees in general?
Yeah, that'd be a history, nature. Oh well,
Oh,
heck yeah, pal, powie. So,
I have heard so much
but
about banshees.
luckily you probably know that you don't need to hear them. So what you have got is, let's see, let me pull up what you know about banshees, and let me banshees. There we go. So they, well, how do I? They, where is my picture of the banshee? Other image. Here we go. So they are, here you go. I'm gonna share you what a banshee looks like. So
Lauren, do you
they,
know anything about banshees?
yeah, they're a woeful spirit. Um, from they basically were, a banshee used to be a female elf in real life,
Yep, that's
and
true.
they're whispery form, and look at tangled hair, wispier figure, and they have a call that was a morning, call, and if you are caught in its grasp, then and kind of somewhat charmed by it, then woe be you to the whale is what they call it, um, and they also you don't want to take a straight on look with them, eye to eye look, because they will then throw some um, horrifying visions into your sight and all that, and you will be frightened for quite a while. So yeah, there could be a horrifying creature, but they don't all out. This one she can tell from what the sister's saying is not an all out attack, but she definitely doesn't interface with other people. She's got a layer um, somewhat up northwest off the Tribor Trail. She kind of knows the area, but she really, once she got close into the um, forest area where she thinks she's going, she got waylaid and had to retreat back because she damn near lost her life. And she can give you the general vicinity to start looking. but she would appreciate the help. Looking at the two of you, you might be able to handle it. If you had more backup friends, definitely could handle it. So, but if you're interested, she could reward you, you know, um, with some coinage or some healing, something of that might be worth your while to just go parlay with the banshee to find out where this book is, and she can give you this gift, this comb that the banshee should just love. Um, so that's where she leaves it. She love to have, she needs the help, but she understands if you don't want to take on
Okay,
the
so
task.
everything I know about banshees is that it's not good. So you're thinking that if we show her this comb, she's not going to want to kill us?
Yeah, that's a good possibility. Yep. Would you believe they uh, believe that because the comb and the banshee's hair is a mess and entanglement and females all would love to comb their hairs, and they love the gifts. They love gifts like this. So, and she offers you the quest, and if you are willing to take it on, she has some coins, but she kind of looks around and she has 3 potions of healing that she would be
Mm.
willing to give you for as payment, um, by getting this. All she really just wants is the location of the book. She doesn't believe the banshee actually has it, but the damn well she does think that the banshee knows where it's at. So
Okay. So
I'm
we don't have to
gonna
come back with the book.
no, she thinks it's a legendary mage by the name of Bogenel. Um, was a spell book of his that's got some stuff in it that her superiors want to know about, and so that's all she's asking for from the banshee is to leave her alone. She'll leave you alone, but if you can get close enough without inciting her, and the comb will be the kind of the trinket, the bait, so to speak, to find out where this book's at.
I've
I'm
heard a lot
gonna
of songs about banshees, and I would love to go.
all right. I'm gonna lean over and whisper to Merovac, since you seem to know a little bit about banshees. What do
I know
you
a
think
lot.
the chances are that this comb's gonna calm her down?
To be completely honest,
Roll me an insight check,
me or
Lorne.
oh, okay, I'll tell you right now, Lauren.
You
No matter what, no matter what happens, even if she attacks us, imagine the story.
you pretty yeah, you got a better than 60% feeling that it might work.
She said her hair's all tangled.
Yeah, it's a
This
banshee.
comb, this comb's perfect.
Okay, well, since
Come on,
Sister
come on,
Gariel, let's
Grail. I'm not sure how you say it.
come
So
on, come on, Lauren.
I say we can go check it out, but let's see if we can
Yeah,
maybe ask her, how many orcs are we looking at that she had trouble with? Is it a dozen that she ran into, or just one? How many actually attacked you?
she will tell you. There was a small patrol of them that um, got me on the road, and let me see if I can.
wait a minute.
Um,
Did you have 2 horses with you?
no,
No.
no,
Okay,
no,
that's
and
good because
Not
your
her
horses are
horses.
dead. Those horses are
um,
dead now.
no. Oh, well, she doesn't like that. Whose horses were they?
You know, that's a great story. So this all started a couple of days ago. We didn't even know each other. We met. We were all called to meet this guy Prater. Awesome guy. Can she see my gauntlet? I look at Lauren. Can she see this gauntlet that I'm wearing with the gems?
You show it to her.
Okay, I didn't know if I didn't know if it was hidden, if it was
Nope,
magical.
nope.
Can you see this, sister?
It's yes, quite
Yeah, I
nice.
don't even know. I don't. These gems, they swirl, they light up. Don't even know what happens. I can't even take it off. I've tried. It's itchy underneath. Can't take it off. We were sent here to deliver some goods. We got attacked after finding some dead horses. Our our buddies, well, and Lauren,
By
everybody got shot over
goblins,
there.
nonetheless.
Yeah, by goblins, maybe the same ones that attacked you. I don't know, but we killed them, and then we decided to split up, and we're here in the town.
You
Our
split
other
up.
two party members decided to follow the goblins to see if we could find where they were holed up at.
You split up a party in this area. That's not right. How many of them are there out there?
Well,
How
we're
many
hoping
are
there's
of
still two of our
Partners.
members.
Oh man, yeah. You. They could. Yeah. They'll be. Hopefully they're are good survivalists because I wouldn't want to be out there with just a couple of you. That's just asking for danger with the orcs and goblins. Goblins
wait,
I've
but
known
but but
about.
you're sending us out.
True, but you look. But you seem to be able to handle yourself better than us around here.
You know what? I'm glad you noticed.
I, I think I'm a good judge of character. I believe I am. I wouldn't have told anybody else that.
Huh.
So, sister, do you believe that if you could have eliminated the orcs you ran into, you would have
Oh,
made it to the banshee with no problem?
don't know. I have my mom. I'm not even close up. I'm sure I'm close to her lair, but there were a few of them. They came out of the tree line when I wasn't paying attention, and there was only a couple of them, but they were on me fairly quickly, and I was able to luckily get out of there without injury to me or my horse. Um, but I know they're there because we've heard several other traveling groups have come through, supply groups, and a few of the miners have run into them. And not sure what they're doing up in that mountain range area, but there's nothing up there but rocks and dirt, But for some reason they have staked some type of claim up there. Um, so she gives you that. She says she knows that the town master is supposed to be taking care of it. He keeps talking that he's going to do something about it. Go bend his ear about those damn orcs. Oh, excuse me, I didn't mean to say that. And she kind of crosses herself, because she said a curse word, and sometimes gets my ire up. But town master, he needs to take care of these things. Um, and she says, well,
What's his name?
the,
The town
the
master?
the town master's name is where'd I go? The town master's Harbin Wester is his name.
Hmm.
Pompous little old fart, but
Sounds like it.
he is. But you know, um, he's the only one that's kind of really taken up any type of task of running some of the stuff here in town and keeping things in order with between the good town folk, the miners, and up until the Red Rands moved in. But he's dead set on getting some of these. He was supposed to be getting some of this orcs, and I thought we had Sildar working on it, but I haven't seen Sildar in a while. He went off.
Yeah, he's unreliable. We've learned that.
He's not unreliable. He's a good man, but he was supposed to. He was heading out to go find. I know he was supposed to be bringing supplies in for the shops and all that, but he was going to get some extra help to work on some of these issues around here. So hopefully he gets back in time with that help. And so we could we could use it with that, like I said, with the orcs and stuff like that. So anyway, so she gets you that, and she goes, consider my offer, and fair trade for what I have. If you think you're up for the task, you know where to find me here. I need to get back to doing some cleaning here, and I need
Can I ask you one more question, sister?
go right ahead, young sir.
We heard mention in the tavern the name Doran Edermath.
Mm-hmm. What about him?
So the rumors that we heard was that he's a former adventurer.
Oh yeah, he's good. He's good old. He's a orchard. He has his little orchard up north here, and she kind of points, northwest to a house that's cropped around some trees and all that. And she where she knows he's an elderly gentleman, retired. He's a half elf, and he's been here a little while. he's known his fair share of um, battles and survivals. He might be able to. I'm not sure if he is interested in getting out there back into the wild with all, but he might be able to help you out with information and anything else that you're looking for. Fortunately,
That's
he's
where
not
my
been.
mind was at.
He doesn't have any. He hasn't been able to really help me with any of that stuff. But that's each our own. But yeah, he's right on up. You just kind of cross over through the houses and right across there where you see the tree line. She kind of points northwest, and you see some apple trees and such. She says, "Yeah, right on up there. He's a good man. You give him a shout. He'll take care. He give you what He can answer any questions you might have about what his past and what he may know." So, she's
Lauren, maybe we could ask him to see if he's up for going with us.
Yeah, we should probably talk to this gentleman. Well, sister, thank you, and we're going to gather some information, and we'll come back and see you.
good day, gentlemen.
Good luck to you, sister.
You too. All right. So, are we gonna head up to the orchard area?
Yeah, let's head to the orchard
Yeah,
area
let's
and
go
talk
see
to
the
the.
adventurer.
So yeah, you come and you head on over here, and so you kind of walk on up and you see just a little nondescript house like everything else here, but definitely baskets and fresh apples and rotten apples, other fruits, simple stuff that everyday type of existence type things, laying around, nothing fancy at all. And from around the side corner of the house, and comes a definitely a fit silver-haired half elf, definitely over 100 years old. Has seen some time. Got a little limp in his gait there, a little, but he definitely um, you can tell he holds his own. And he goes, he looks at the two of you, and uh, you know, he kind of sees you walking from where you're walking, from that direction, from the center of town. He kind of stops. You can tell he kind of puts his back, up against, the frame of his house, so you can see that he knows what he's doing when he's assessing you. And he just watches the two of you as you approach across the field, and he takes a bite out of an apple and just kind of sits there and waits as you move toward him.
And using just real wide gestures, I'm just waving hi to him. Doran!
Uh huh. And he just sits there and watches you get closer as you come over up, onto the kind of the paved dirt, the dirt road that's in front of his house, and he motions to you, the two of you, um, and uh, looking for a good apple to eat, gentlemen. I've got the
Sure, I'd
best
love an
here.
apple.
And he pops both of you. He flips one very, deftly to both straight at you. You know, um, make me a athletics check, both of you, as you reach out to grab the apple. Lauren grabs his quite nicely.
Oh, athletics?
And
Athletics.
instantly takes a bite of it.
Oh, can I go acrobatics?
Uh,
I'll, I'll tumble and grab it.
if that's what you want to do, you can try it.
Okay, well, I'm already grabbing the dice. If I just let go anywhere, will it
If you don't drop it
just
in the box, it won't roll it.
okay. All right, I'm going to go acrobatics and just do a fancy forward somersault towards the apple and then
Okay.
hop up in the air right in the spot as the apple's coming down and try to catch it behind my back.
Okay.
Here's the roll.
Bingo.
Nailed it.
Yeah, you nailed it. You grab it and chomp big old bite, and he kind of looks at it, and he puts the apple in his mouth, and he claps his hand. Well done, well done. You know,
Take a deep bow.
yeah. My entertainment for the day, you two. And my name is Darn Edermath. What brings you to my humble abode here?
Well, Dorn, my name's Lauren, and this is my slightly show off your friend Marrowback, obviously.
And to meet
Good day
We
to the
were
two of
told
you.
that perhaps several years ago that you were quite the adventurer yourself.
I've seen my time back in the day. Yes, sir. I was a member of the, you hear him talk about he was a member of the Order of the Gauntlet. And give me some history checks. See if you guys who knew that, if y'all know anything about the Order.
Order of the Gauntlet.
Maribek, you've heard a little bit about them. They were, they definitely a vigilant group, that enforced justice,
Mm.
enact retribution on others who would try to subjugate or harm, the innocents, things like that. And he gives a little background about what he did. He's, he's left the order just recently. It was time for him to move on. He's had enough of the fighting days. He's seen enough bloodshed, and he was from the Dragon's Coast area. It's a way far of this southeast from this area, but he kind of came in here. He'd known the area, been in and out of here some, doing enacting justice and prevailing over. And back in the day when Fandolin, he'd seen it back in its better days, and he just kind of made his way back to here and kind of keep eye on things. He always kind of took a partiality to this area, and he just kind of he watches for fellas like yourself to come in, and he catches up on the news and what's been happening in some of the greater cities. So y'all trade a little, spend some time kind of talking about that, and give him a little rundown of what's happened to y'all. And he kind of shakes his head and kind of smirks a little bit, and nods his head. Some of those big cities, there's always something happening in those. He just never quite understood why humans would live in those kind of establishments. But also being that's his human side. He longed for it some, but his elf side really kind of won out when he kind of came back down here to Fandolin and took up residence. And then you definitely hear him go into a little triad about the red brands, and he needs, he can, unfortunately he's set aside his, like you said, his fighting days and doesn't have the equipment anymore. But um, he would look favorably upon anybody being able to teach those ruffians a lesson. And it's about time someone took up, a stand against their leader, Glassstaff. And you want to know more about them or see them up close, all you have to do is go down to the Sleeping Giant Tap House, and you'll see they're always lounging around there causing trouble, anybody that walks up and down that street. But most of the people kind of steer clear of that, and they steer clear from that damn manor. He feels that he's not really certain, but he believes they're using that. There's a safe house, in a hideout that the Red Brands are using in the what he called. You'll hear him say it's the Tresendar Manor, which is an old ruined manor that's up on the top of the hill to the far east of town. And he gives you a little, definitely the rundown that that's what he can tell so far from watching. And then he starts talking about eh, watching that and doing some of his kind of patrolling and kind of his walking around areas and all that. And he ran into some prospectors that he knows that are northeast of Fandolin, that they're digging um, around the old owl well, which he could he can give you a map and show it. But they've been he's heard that some of them have been run off a few times because there's some undead that have somehow cropped up there. And um, they need to be, hopefully there's not something happening up there that would affect Fandolin. But if you visit it, the ruins about northeast of Fandolin, just a couple of days from here, you might be able to, it might be nice to see if something's happening up there to rid the area of the undead if there really is an issue going on up there. Might find your it might do you well to head up there and see what's going on. Hopefully, there's no connection between what's happening here and what's happening up there. There's just too much. He lays it all out. It's just this used to be a quiet town, and over the last few years, all these things have just kind of started cropping up, and there's just not enough people, good fighting people, to be able to protect this area.
Well, do you happen to know Sister Gorell?
Know her well, so most certainly.
Now, I want to try to appeal to his sense of um, justice from his times in the Gauntlet,
Mm-hmm.
and I just want to say, it's a shame how she was brutally attacked while just trying to find the location of the book, and we came hoping, after hearing of your adventures, that you would be willing to help us go just locate a book. No bloodshed. Just locate a book. Not even we don't even have to locate the book. Just find out where the book is
You can
kept.
give me a persuasion check.
Okay, and then if we do, if this is successful, we would love to go over to this sleeping giant tap house and see if we can help with this red brand problem. And I'll double down and say let's go look at some undead because that sounds amazing too. Oh, Dookie.
He
Huh.
appreciates the that sometimes that itch just crops up, but he has seen enough of his time, and he can't swing the sword like he used to. He took a few battle injuries, and you can definitely tell as he moves around a little bit that he favors one leg over the other. But he says if it wasn't just damage from these old wounds, I would do it. But he has to leave it to the younger lasses like yourselves that have the energy and the might he say the innocence to get out there and stake your claims. And he wishes you all the best. He gives you all the information he can between the thieves and what he believes. I'm not sure what's awakening some of the undead up there, but it needs to be addressed before it heads this way to this poor town. Because if anything get this far, there's not much protection that will that these people can count on at all.
Have you perhaps heard of any rumors about a banshee maybe being up in that area?
He doesn't know any banshees or books. When y'all kind of say that, he's not heard of anything or understands anything like that.
Okay, well, perhaps we should go and visit this townmaster, Harbin, and see what he has to say about the area.
That old fool. Yeah. Well, good luck with that. He's just a bunch of pompous hot air. But yeah, if you want to visit him, it might be best because if you don't say check in with him or at least attempt to show him his proper respect, that's saying that very lightly to him. Who knows? He might make trouble for you. And he lets you know that the townmaster hall, you can see from his side of his house. He walks you around to the south side. He points across the field where you walked, and he shows you the building that the townmaster's in. And he says, "Yeah, go look for that, for Harbin, and let him know you talked to me. Maybe he'll, um, may not be so rude to you. But check in with him. Maybe and he can give you more information if he's got anybody that's uh, that he might be able to relay to you for anything that you're needing." But he points off that direction and says, "If you get any more information or head that way and find out what's happening over there at the old well, let me know. Please let me know. I would greatly appreciate it."
Will do, old man.
Appreciate your time and thanks for the apple.
Mm-hmm. And so you see him just kind of saunter off back into his house. And what's next?
Well,
Lauren, I thought we
Merriback, you
had.
think we should visit this town master?
Honestly, I don't want to. That sounds a little boring, but
Okay, well,
let's do it.
or
I
we
mean,
can
I don't want any I don't want any trouble later. I mean, a banshee or the town master. I mean, it's a no-brainer. I want to see a banshee.
right.
But let's go. We'll just promise me it'll be brief. We'll just make our introductions. We'll tell him we're here to save his town, and then we'll move on to the banshee.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go visit the town master.
Yes.
All right. So you make your way, and oh, already. Oops. All right. So, yep, you make your way on across there, and you pull up to the front of the um, hall there, and you can see the sign, and you hear some motion kind of going on inside the townmaster hall, and you know that's what you see so far.
Orcs near Wyvern Tor. Huh. Let's go in.
Let's do that.
So you step inside, and you basically see, just a nondescript, little town hall with some desks, paperwork everywhere. It looks to be that in the back is a, small door. It's got and where it has the word jail kind of on it. And modeling man comes out of the a small little side office. And, a little fat little old human man, looks like a banker type, and just, looking at you, telling, uh, you know, and what, just looking at you. And who might you two be?
We are your dream come true.
He just kind of flips his hand up a little bit, and you know, shakes his head, and looks down at some paperwork and so state your business. My time is of value to these, to someone as myself. What can I help you with here? What is your names, please?
I'm Lauren, and this is my traveling friend Merriback. We just came from a nice little chat with Duran over at the orchard. He told us that maybe you could give us some information on the troubles your little town seems to be having.
Yep, he looks kind of back and forth, and he looks outside the door, looking around, and he he starts relating his concerns that several groups of travelers and some of the miners have reported, uh, and also the sister Grail have reported some orcs that are coming, that seem to have established himself after the Wyvern Tor, and he brings up, he's got a map of the area, and where is that map? And if you'll bear with me, um, images. It'd be helpful if I was looking in the right spot. Um, so he uh, gives y'all a map.
Oh.
Okay. Now y'all may have this, but I thought it was so. But so you see where Fandolin's at. He kind of points, and Reverend Tor is out past Cornyberry, and south of there, in those kind of the hills area, from where Tribor Trail is the trail that runs from the main road east on up through the countryside there. That's called the Tribor Trail. and the orcs seem to be coming out of the south of Coneyberry or Cornyberry, however you say it. So um, let me see, where is that? So to head east, yep, on the Tribor Trail, and um, trying to see, you know, where he doesn't know exactly where they're really at, but um, the the so he tell you you found also, and I apologize, he points this up. You see the old owl well is marked on the map here, and well, I hate it when my mouse acts up. So that, yep, that the well is kind of somewhere, it's marked right in that area, and the Reverend Tor is kind of south of that, and the that's where the orcs are kind of coming out, where they're having problems. They're kind of tackling people as they come through Coneyberry, which is just an old ruined town. There's nothing really there. It used to be a little outpost settlement, um, but he tells you that's what he's hearing and seeing, and he will offer 100 gold pieces to the
Ooh.
yeah to anybody that can.
Is that 100 gold pieces per person, or?
We don't. He can offer it for the group. They just we're not a very rich town.
Well, it's okay. There's only two of us.
Okay, so
What town master,
mm-hmm.
sir? What about these ruins that Doran was telling us about northeast of the village, where there seems to be an undead problem? Do you know anything about this?
He's not heard of that. Undead. We don't need any of that. No, that was coming from the old owl well. You saw that on the map, and that was from what Darn said, where it was
Okay,
happening. Okay,
I
so
made that up. There's no undead problem. Don't
un- please,
Yeah, don't
uh,
worry about that at all.
He
okay,
likes to joke a lot.
yeah. This is no joking matter. These orcs, they keep moving and taking over some of the range in that area, and all the miners are going to be unhappy, and we're going to have problems on our hands. We need these orcs eradicated.
Well, are you familiar? While we're looking at this map here, are you familiar with where the sister was attacked in relation
To my
to?
understanding, she was somewhere out there outside. She got inside Coneyberry. She was up in that area because I believe it was an orc
So
that popped her.
that could be the lion's den we're going into, Lauren,
Right,
for 3 healing potions to find a
right.
book.
If their orc problem is this bad, that venturing out too far might not be in our best interest.
Yeah, we should probably head out right away.
So, is anything else I can help you two with? You know, if you know,
Are there any provisions that you're providing adventurers to go out and?
we have none. If you need provisions outside the Barthen, go visit old man Barthen. He might have some, and you could check in with the miners exchange. Um, Halia might have some stuff, but it depends on what provisions you're talking about. She's got a little bit of a trading post that some of the miners go to when they bring their some of their ores and stuff in. You can chat with her, and he
Can we
lets you
can we mention
know
you for any kind of discount,
uh,
or do
discount.
you not?
She doesn't give discount. That woman's hard nosed. He
Yeah,
points. He
I
points
had
on
to
his.
try.
He points to the map of the town, and he lets you know that the miners' exchange is right there. Just follow the road southwest, stay straight ahead, and when it branches off left and right, and keep on going, and you can't miss the exchange. So
All right. Well, thank you for talking. That was great.
Thank you too. I've got to get back to my paperwork. And he kind of rustled around at a desk, looking like he's busy, you know, shuffling papers, leaning back, rubbing his belly. So, and you two walk on outside.
Lauren, do you have any
And
skills?
it's getting up in the day now. You guys have been here,
I've
for
got dark vision. I'm ready.
3 4 hours, and your companions haven't come. You've not heard from them. I can't, did y'all? Were they gonna? I don't remember what the original agreement was. Were they gonna come back to town after they
No.
did their searching?
I believe we were supposed to go to them.
That Lauren and Merrivac were supposed to go back to them.
Yes, after
Right.
Okay.
immediately after the goods were dropped off, we were supposed to return.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
We've spent a little time
No, it's okay.
gathering
We
some
So,
ate, drank.
information.
well, but Merrivac, that's his nature. So, Lauren never. I got to get Lauren to roll up his background information. He just sent me a email too that he got stuck at a work event. So, all right. So we should have those two back next week at least. So
Uh,
I need to have two more join for.
Real quick,
Yes,
too,
sir.
in Lauren's inventory, we started with 100 gold. Did he buy anything?
He hasn't done his shopping. He didn't get to do it
Okay,
all. We
so
rolled it up real quick. Yeah. So don't.
then
Yeah.
he should
So
have 110 gold right now from the.
that's correct. Yeah. You can
Yeah.
stick that. You can stick the 110 in there. That's good. Put GP in there, please. Yeah. I need him to do shopping. So thank you very much for bringing that up. Yeah. And,
How so given that it's just myself and Lauren,
hmm
for storytelling's sake, if we go back to where everyone was, that would be an ending point
Yeah.
because I
Well. Yeah. I'd probably. Yeah. We probably. I'm keep. Like I said, you guys are doing the recon here, kind of getting everything kind of set up for related to them. But I would hold off since we'll have them hopefully next week. I can relate to them kind of what's happened here, and then pick up as you two or the two characters proceed to head on back. You know, way
okay,
late.
well, I mean if we're doing recon, then we can go talk to the trader
hmm
lady. I don't what was her name again?
Halia, Haly,
Halia?
Halia, Halia Thornton. Yep, yep.
And then now what are the well, you know what? Let's go. I guess I mean if we might as well make all the stops on the town before we've already invested the day.
Right.
Let's see it through.
hmm So you guys walk out there and you start to venture to the down the road into a big building right to the right as you start on the trail. You see a big old sign hanging over the front of it. It's a big blue lion, and it looks like another trading post. Something's happening. Something big's happening there, and it looks a little beat up. It's kind of it's looks like it's seen some wear and tear for some reason, and you just kind of happen to notice that, and then you keep on walking southwest until you get in front of the get close to the front of the exchange, and you notice that as in close, you see a few minor types, kind of come in and out. Um, you know, you know, not many though, and you just kind of amble up and kind of walk right on into the building. And it's definitely is a simple trading post. It's more of pickaxes and stuff that's
Mm,
typical miners would use, and wares that nothing really fancy at all. In the makes of for adventure types. It's really for the mining individuals, but it's well kept and clean, and the definitely what you're seeing. The wares there are a lot better than what you brought in on the wagon. And you see a lady. She is behind the counter. and she's look as she's kind of poking at what you something on the countertop, kind of like she's counting something, and she looks up to the two of you and kind of grabs it and kind of folds it over, and it's a little bitty tray, and then she kind of slides it up under the countertop, and she's kind of rolls her eyes a little bit at you and goes, "You two aren't some minor types. What brings you into my establishment? We don't have anything here for your type of you know." She can definitely tell that you're adventuring types. You're new here. There's no dirt on you. What are you doing in a place like mine?
We're mining for adventure
And
uh,
information.
inf- well,
and
inf-
information.
information of what sorts, gentlemen? Everybody wants to know where the best mining areas are, and I tell you, who knows out there? It's it's the luck of the draw.
Well, we noticed coming over, not that your shop is boring at all, but that big blue lion, what's that?
That would be the old Lion Shield Coster, and it's some of the red brands took to the old Linnean Greywind is his name. He she took to her. She kind of they have come at her a few times with some of her supplies because she won't sell to them. And
They're attacking her,
they,
openly
they
attacking her
they
in the street.
they they raided the building one night to get some of her stuff. We know that she probably they've gotten one of her caravans before, and we think it was them at least, the red brands. And they kind of you know took kind of raided the place one night and took some of her goods because she wouldn't sell to them. So they thought they would teach her a lesson, and they beat her up a little bit, but um, they were more drunk than anything else, and just kind of really did more damage to the building, thinking they were, you know, staking their claim, showing their might when they're just a bunch of idiots anyway. And
And you said it was Lenine?
Lenine,
Lenine.
Lenine Greywind.
Lenine Greenwood. And is she
Mm-hmm.
still holed up in there?
Well, she's there. I'm sure she's around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. You know, they, they're like those red brands are more drunkish fools than anything else. But um, that Flag's the Gallstaff guy and the leader, Gallstaff. Now he's the wily one, um, and you know, you he's held. I'm sure he's holed up in that manor for whatever reason. They decided to hold. They decided to headquarter out of there since nobody's around there. I wouldn't give that two. Wouldn't pay for any two sheets for that damn place. But
Well, looking at us, do you think that we could approach this this tavern that the Red Brands are in? I mean, would we be just attacked outright?
well, most they all you don't. Nobody ever goes near that place with any right mind. Those boys are, you know, they're usually drunk, looking always itching for the fight. The ones that are in town because it's too damn boring for them. And they know
Yeah, I get
better.
that.
They know better than to mess with me. And she kind of, you could see um, she, you get the feeling that she's not one to be messed with. So, but she looks at you and she goes, you think you're going to stand up to or do something about them? I am all for that. I got 100 gold right here. If you think you can
Whoa!
take out
Hmm.
Glassstaff, that leader. But what I need to know, he's got some papers up here. Something he's I'm not sure what it is, but he's got some correspondence that I'd love to have my hands on in his place. And if you see some paperwork, some notes and all that, and if you happen to run into him, I sure could like to take a peek at them. And
So 100 gold to kill him,
yes,
and then
take.
extra money to find you these
Oh, yep.
papers.
I got 100 gold here Take him out and bring me those papers, and we'll see what else I can give you.
What kind of
Hmm.
proof do we need to have that we've actually taken him out?
Those papers.
Oh,
Bring me those letters.
We're not getting them without him being dead, evidently.
Oh, I have no doubt you'll never get them. He keeps them close by. But I've heard they've got some important information on it that might benefit this area. I would love to know what they say.
no idea on what it could be. It sounds juicy.
She
Do
just
you,
kind of looks at you, says, "But mind you, gentlemen, it's 100 gold. That'll buy you plenty around these parts."
do
What
you
will it buy
happen
me in the
to
shop? No, go ahead, Lauren.
do you happen to know about how many of these red brands normally hang out over at the Sleeping Giant?
Oh, they're come and go. If they're not coming in and out of that manor and riding in and out of town, there's always half a dozen of them in there drinking, creating
And
trouble.
Gallstaff is in the
No,
he's
hell,
in
I
there.
bet he's up. He's got to be held up at the
Matter.
manor. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
He keeps himself sequestered in there. So
so now I'm looking at the map here, and at the far east, there's the building with the disheveled roof.
that is the manor.
That's the
It's up on
manor,
the
and
up,
then
it's up on the hilltop.
okay, and then the tavern or the
The
tap
map
house.
the tap house you would have found from the map inside the
Oh, right there. Okay,
yep, that's the tap house.
I see. Okay, so
Hmm.
they're pretty close to everybody
Yep.
else still
You've
too.
got the other um, the other trading post here. Yep. And that um, what you know so far. She keeps looking at you. What are Marivac? You are a
I am a bard.
but a forest gnome. Okay, I couldn't remember what your
Oh,
class.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, sorry.
yeah.
Why
So
do you people always go to race?
sorry. So anyway, so that's kind of she lays that out for you. She goes, yeah, um, she would love to know. She would, what's happening up there. No one's, she knows that the town master's done nothing about it. You hear the same stories. Town master's a fool. She knows about the orcs. She doesn't, she doesn't talk anything about undead. She talks about the red brands a lot. That they need, they just need to be removed. They're more of a nuisance than anything else. But they look toward me, and they know better. She seems overly confident on that, and she'll lay down 100 gold for the group if you bring back those correspondent papers.
Hmm.
She'll know what they are when you bring them to her.
Can I do any kind of perception check just to see if she's intentionally withholding knowledge
That'd be
about
an
what
that'd be
the
an, that'd be an insight check.
insight?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's roll it in.
Should I roll one too?
Are you trying to check that?
Uh, yeah, I think we should both see if she's holding anything from us.
She's just being extra secretive about this paper.
Right.
How will she know what it is? I could just bring her any sheet of paper if she doesn't know what the contents of the paper are.
All right. So Lauren, yeah, you could tell. I mean, she she's on the up and up, but she's not revealing everything. But she's not. You don't seem that she's being totally deceptive. She's definitely reserved. She, has um, her intentions are her own. More than anything else. But she's not being definitely not trying to mislead you. That she wants those papers. you could say, well, but she hasn't revealed. There might have been more to what's going on in those papers, but she wants them.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think she's going to tell us much more.
No, but we could go see Lenine.
We
She
can do
probably has
that.
an amazing story.
Let's let's see exactly what she has that these red brands are so interested in buying.
All right. So, um, what's next? Sorry.
Lenine. And then as
You're
soon as
gonna.
we get out the door, I look over at Lauren and I tell Lauren that we're gonna read these papers before we give them to her. You know that, right?
Agreed.
Okay, good.
Okay, so you're heading over to the Lion Shield. Is that what
Yes.
Yes.
I'm hearing? Okay,
Big blue
so
lion.
yep. So you get up to the front door, and so you walk on in, and you basically see more good adventuring gear. This is more serious. This is, definitely um, your type of place. Okay, and you see a woman that's kind of sitting in the back, human, definitely, um, 30ish in there, and she kind of, comes walking up, um, look, kind of assessing the two of you, and as always, you hear what brings you to this fine establishment this evening, gentlemen. Looking for some gear.
Always.
That and we noticed that your building looks a little worse for the wear. I was wondering what might have happened.
Um, yeah, she curses and spits on the ground, and you heard, says the word red brands, and she tells you just to steer clear. If you see any of them with their red sashes and stuff like that, red shirts, you just steer clear of them. They're trouble, and if you've been in town here for a while, she hasn't seen you around, so she knows you're new. So she tells you don't head east down the main road, and she kind of points back over that way. There's a little tap house called the Sleeping Giant, and she just steer clear of that place. They drunken fools are in there, and they're always lounging around outside picking on the good people of this city, who have done nobody no wrong in their own might, and now these vile ass wipes, excuse my French, you know, spits on the floor again, you know, come in here and have put this good town into under their boot. So I don't sell them any goods, never will, and I don't sell to anybody that also wants to do any hurt to this town. So if you guys have any inclination to doing that, you just find yourself out that front door, and bid yourself good day. But if you're not and willing to stick around, then yeah, we've got plenty of your normal provisions here of what we've at least got left. Some of my caravans that are supposed to be coming in have been raided lately. I'm not sure who's doing it, but that needs we're running low on a few things, especially arrows and crossbow and bolts, stuff like that. She's running kind of low on those. You know, um, you know,
Do you
she
think it could be the red brands that are?
uh, it wouldn't surprise me, but I've got no proof. So she kind of tells you she's got it's this she's the building is run by a group called the Lion Shields, which is why this is called the Lion Shield Custer. It's a group that's based out of the city of Yatar. It's a town east of here, and they ship finished goods here and other small settlements throughout the region. But we've been hit hard lately with the overabundance of banditry, which points the fingers at Red Brand. I just never um, see them carrying any of my goods. So but I damn well know that they don't belong here. And
So all this damage to your building is just from you
they came in.
refusing to.
Yeah, they came in and tried to tried to drunken stupor one day. A couple of them came in here thinking they could just take what they wanted to, and luckily, um, I had Darwin was in here grabbing some stuff, and it was making and he was making his way over to down to the exchange, and he happened to help me stand my ground with them. But had they really wanted to charge us, they might have hurt us both. But they were, like I said, the drink was, you know, they ended up hobbling back over the giant, just passing out. But they busted up the front of my building pretty good. But that's easy to repair. You know, hurting, losing our lives of those idiots. That's what really, gives me gall. But nobody here can stand up to them.
Hmm.
So, um, she doesn't. Like I said, you know, Tribord Trail is a rough place these days. I have to watch. I may have to start paying for some of our caravans to be coming in and be escorted in nowadays. That's going to cut down on the profits that we run. But there's, out here there's not much profits anyway. Barely anybody can afford anything these days. So, but she tries to keep us, a good smile on her face. So you can see she's a little worn by it all. But you know, she definitely, says, look around, if there's anything you need, you know, you're more than welcome to use it. I mean, to buy it. Sorry. Yep. But you know, anything else, she kind of tells you what you already heard, and it points you out. You need to check in with the town master. She says if you haven't found your way over to the Stonehill Inn, there's a good place that can, that's where you want to go. Just stay away. You ain't gonna find any luck down at the Sleeping Giant. That's just a filth place. They need to raise that to the ground one day. Just rebuild. It won't be any loss to society around here.
Well, one thing that we've never asked anybody about, which we've heard discussed in the inn when we were there, was about the missing family for the murdered
She,
Fel Dendrar.
yeah, no, she knows that that was, I think that was a couple days before actually they hit my building, but that, um, the, let's see, the old wood carver, Phil, he basically they came into his shop for whatever reason, and he tried to stand up to him. So they dragged him out and the street and slit his throat, and nobody did anything about it. Nobody could. The townmaster can't do it. He's worthless, and he's got nobody. We have nobody here that can
And then
protect this
his
group.
wife and children were kidnapped.
They're gone. We yeah. They've been missing for quite a week now. Nobody's seen them. Nobody saw them taken, but they're missing. I would assume
Oh,
it's the red brands, but I don't know if they took them. God knows what they've done with them. She doesn't know any more about that. She just kind of, you know, she didn't witness it, but she definitely heard it. So
Or this town definitely needs our help.
this town needs a lot of help. Does Lenine? Do you happen to have any more exotic wares that maybe you're not displaying?
no, she doesn't. She's basically got stuff that you can find, stuff that you would find in a normal venturing type establishment at some of the same good costs that you would normally that you're used to paying for things. So it's a place where if you had to look in the equipment guide on the player's handbook, those kind of stuff she has, adventuring gear, some
Okay.
weapons, simple weapons, tools, that kind of stuff. She's not a there's no full armory type deal here, but she doesn't have anything. You can tell from the look of her place. It's the front area is the shop area and all that. Then the back of it's where she lives.
All right. So, Lauren, I guess the question really is, which problem should we look into addressing first?
Well, I guess first, I'm still all about the Banshee. I mean, personally, but we've
Yeah,
been,
that's
I don't
going to
even
take
know
us
how.
into orc territory.
Yeah, and we I mean, we told everybody we would only be gone 4 hours.
Right.
Was it 2 hours? 2 hours in, 2 hours back, and I don't even. What time of day is it now?
It's going to be nighttime.
Yeah, I mean, we've been gone. I don't know, 6, 7 hours. I mean, we might wanna consider heading back.
Head back to check on the other two.
Yeah, I mean, best case scenario, we get back, and then maybe it's all possible. Maybe they found Sildar already. Maybe they found Sildar and Gundren, and they're on their way back, and we'll just cross paths, and we can cross that one off our list.
All right, we could do that. Let's start making our way up to where we left our party members.
All right. Well, then we that would be a good. Unfortunately, since we're like I said, we're light on the other two members that are off somewhere in their own adventure. We'll hold it there for the moment, then, you guys. I do
Okay.
appreciate you guys stepping in here and running it that way. So what we'll do is I'll send them um, a simple recap of all this, but we will get into um, the very beginning. Once you get back to them and we get that settled, you'll have to kind of relay all this information to them. Okay.
Okay.
Now, you know, I'll copy several of these bullet points uh, and kind of send that to you so you've got a recap so you don't have to try to remember it all a week later.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, so when we start up again next week, are we just going to be bam right there with them where they were at by that
I'll
camp?
get you to, yeah, well, you don't know where that's at. You get you to
Right.
the
Yeah.
ambush area, and
Okay,
then
and then
from
we'll head
there,
north.
yeah,
Back to where we left them.
yeah, exactly, exactly. So, um, yeah, it was a informational session.
Right.
Yeah, you too. And so, yeah, and like I said, I'll also find and get two more players lined up and in play before hand and get them kind of rolled up, and we'll bring them up. Well, I brought some in last night for the Monday group, and so I'll probably bring them in about the same way what happened, and use that storyline a little bit, and that'll get them into play and kind of met up, and then the introductions will go through. We'll have some role playing go there, and then try to get moving forward with the adventure part because you guys will be definitely a good session behind everybody else of the other two
Right.
groups. So, but you two, I do appreciate it. At least here, I want to chastise the other two a little bit, and it's they let one let me know, the other one he just emailed, and so I'll give him a hard time about it. And I know this stuff happens, I just have to get over it, so, but I at least wanted to get a few sessions out of the way before it started. So anyway, all right. Well, that's it, gentlemen. I'm gonna cut the stream here. I do appreciate it. I will look for the email with the recap, and then just be prepared, kind of next week. That Bart, you really won't kind of know somewhat, but um, I'll have Marivac, you might be doing a little bit more of the talking,
Okay.
but Bart can fill it in a little bit if he well, it's going to have to happen because of that. But I'll type up the notes, and if I'm unclear on a few things, just fire back to me that I may have missed something if you remember some of the discussion.
Yeah, I
And
wrote
then
some down, so I got
cool,
I
yeah.
got some points.
Okay, all right, you two. Well, enjoy the week. I'm sorry it was a little cut short, but we'll pick it up next week and we'll go from there. All right, you two.
All
Sounds
right,
good.
man.
All right,
Thanks.
you got it, guys. We'll see you.
Have a
Bye.
great night.
You too.